A different kind of parenting. Imagine you're standing on a packed train in Hiroshima. A toddler starts crying, loud, emotional, the kind of meltdown that usually turns every head. But something strange happens. The mother doesn't panic. She doesn't shush him. She doesn't reach for snacks or distractions. She simply waits, calm, patient, almost like she understands something most parents don't. And the truth is, she does. Because in Japan, children aren't just taught to behave. They grow into it. And it's not because of strict punishment or harsh discipline. It's because of a parenting approach so subtle, yet so powerful that once you understand it, you can't unsee it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have 3 tools you can start using immediately. Why this actually works, not just culture. Now you might be thinking, that's Japan, different culture, different kids. Fair point. But here's what's interesting. These ideas aren't just cultural. They're backed by modern psychology. Researchers from top universities have studied why Japanese children tend to be more emotionally balanced and self-controlled. And what they found might surprise you. It's not fear, it's not strict rules, and it's definitely not constant discipline. Shitsuke, build the identity. It starts with a single concept, Shitsuke. At its core, Shitsuke isn't about forcing behavior. It's about shaping identity. A rough translation would be something like bringing beauty into everyday actions. In other words, children aren't pushed to behave. They're guided to become the kind of person who naturally behaves well. Think about how different that is. Most parents focus on stopping bad behavior after it happens. Japanese parents focus on building the kind of child who doesn't need to misbehave in the first place. And they do that by asking one simple question: what skill is my child missing right now? Instead of reacting with frustration, they look deeper. Is the child overwhelmed? Do they lack patience? Do they not yet know how to express what they feel? Because misbehavior isn't random, it's a signal. And once you treat it as a skill gap instead of a problem, your entire approach changes. Mimamoru, step back to build strength. Now let's go back to that moment on the train. Why didn't the mother step in? Because she was practicing something called Mimamoru, which means to watch over without interfering. It's the idea that children need space to struggle just a little so they can grow. In many households, the moment a child feels discomfort, we jump in to fix it. But every time we do that, we unintentionally send a message. You can't handle this on your own. Japanese parents take a different route. They pause, they observe, they trust. They allow the child a moment to try, to feel, to figure things out. And when the child succeeds, even in a small way, that moment builds real confidence. Not praise-based confidence, but experience-based confidence. Psychologists call this productive struggle, and it's one of the strongest predictors of resilience. So next time your child is struggling, pause, give them 10 seconds. You might be surprised what happens. Amae, security before discipline. Here's where most people get it wrong. They assume Japanese parenting is strict, cold, and rigid. It's actually the opposite. It's built on something called Amae, the deep comfort of knowing you are loved no matter what. In early childhood, parents create strong emotional bonds, physical closeness, constant presence, a deep sense of safety. And this isn't overprotective, it's foundational. Because when a child feels secure, their brain develops differently. They become calmer, more stable, more capable of regulating emotions. They don't act out for attention because they already feel seen. And as they grow, independence is introduced gradually, not forcefully, not suddenly. Warmth first, structure second. Small actions shape identity. Now think about this. In Japan, young children clean their own classrooms every day. No rewards, no punishments. They just do it. Why? Because responsibility isn't taught. It's practiced. Small actions, repeated daily, shape identity. A child who sets the table every day doesn't just complete a task. They start to see themselves as responsible, as capable, as someone who contributes. And once identity is formed, behavior follows automatically. This is where many parents struggle. We focus on rules and consequences, but we forget to shape identity. Japanese parenting flips that. Instead of saying, do this because I said so, The message becomes, this is who we are, and children rise to meet it. Practical takeaway, start today. Here's something simple you can try this week. Pick one small daily responsibility, something easy, something repeatable. Let your child own it every single day. No rewards, no pressure, just consistency. Give it a few weeks. You won't just see a behavior change. You'll see identity forming. The real secret: Japanese parents aren't calmer because they're perfect. They're calmer because they follow a system. One moment at a time, one habit at a time, one act of trust at a time. Shitsuke, Mimamoru, Amae, prevention, trust, connection. These aren't just Japanese ideas, they're human truths, and you can start using them today. If this changed the way you think about parenting, share it with someone who needs it. And if you want more insights like this, simple, practical, and backed by psychology, make sure you subscribe. There's a lot more coming. See you in the next one.